Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Queen Elizabeth, A Day in Her Life. We've all seen the stories about Prince Charles, Diana, Andrew, etc., but not as much about Princess Anne. Seeing her at the coronation made me want to find out more about her, and here's what I found out. Princess Anne defended Queen Elizabeth as a mother. Prince Charles complained that his mother left much of his childhood rearing to the nannies, and he said they were there for the first steps and taught him life lessons. And he was also closer to the Queen Mother, and at her funeral he said that she meant everything to him. But when Prince Charles grew into an adult, Queen Elizabeth and him became closer. Well, Princess Anne said the nursery did some heavy lifting, but she spent quality time with her children. She said there was no evidence at all that Queen Elizabeth was uncaring. And Princess Anne was quoted as saying in eonline.com, her predecessors had traveled enormously, and that was an expectation. Anne pragmatically subbed up her mother's commitment to the crown in the interview for BBC's 2018 special, The Queen, Her Commonwealth Story. And they'd been away for a very long time, and that again was part of the expectation. And of course, it was made worse by her father dying so early in her career that she didn't have the option really to spend more time at home. And next, Princess Anne got her love of horses from her parents. Princess Anne got her love of horses from her mom, and her father had a great polo skills, and she began riding, Princess Anne did, when she was 11 years old. According to Newsweek.com, Anne was named the BBC Sports Personality of the Year in 1971 and served as president of the Federation Estrée Internationale, the FEI, from 1986 to 1994. Her father, Prince Philip, previously held the same position from 1964 until 1986. Anne also won 3 European championship medals during her equestrian career. Anne stated, I thought if I was going to do anything outside the royal family, horses was likely the best way to do it, she told Vanity Fair in May of 2020. But then you have to find the right horse at the right time. The original horse I rode was bred as a polo pony and should never have been at an event horse, but it worked. So it was very satisfying, but I always knew it was going to be a limited time. In 1976, she was in the Olympics riding Queen Elizabeth's horse Goodwill. She fell and suffered a concussion, but still managed to complete her round. Queen Elizabeth was always incredibly proud of Anne's equestrian achievements. After winning 1 gold medal in 1971 and 2 silver medals in 1975 at the European Eventing Championships, the princess became the first royal to compete in the Olympic Games in 1976. So the Princess Royal was appointed to the International Olympic Committee in 1988, and her daughter Zara Phillips, one of Queen Elizabeth's lesser-known grandchildren, went on to compete in the same 3-day event at the 2012 Olympics in London. The Great Britain equestrian won silver, and Princess Anne had the honor of presenting the medals. So that was pretty cool. The princess said she loved boarding school. Prince Charles, he had a bad experience when he went to boarding school, but Princess Anne loved it. She was the first princess to receive schooling outside the palace. Anne said, I was ready to go to school, she told Vanity Fair. I had a governess and 2 friends, and that was never going to be enough, really, so I was only too pleased to be sent off somewhere else. So Princess Anne's been married twice. The first time was in 1973. She was 22 years old. She married Army officer Captain Mark Phillips. They met while they competed on the same European event team in 1971, and they had 2 children together, Peter and Zara, before divorcing after nearly 20 years of marriage in April 1992. In December of 1992, Princess Anne married Timothy Lawrence, a naval officer, now a vice admiral, and one of Queen Elizabeth's former aides, and they're still married today. Princess Anne, she decided not to give royal titles to her children in order for them to live a more normal life. They went by their father's last name, and according to RD.com, Anne said, the children certainly haven't suffered any ill effects. Peter runs a successful sports and entertainment agency, and Zara has forged a successful career as an equestrian and even won an Olympic medal. Anne has had the title of Princess Royal since 1987. The eldest daughter of the monarchy traditionally carries the title, and she holds it for life. So even if Prince William becomes king, his daughter, Princess Charlotte, can only receive the title of Princess Royal if Princess Anne has passed away. Okay, this was a scary moment here. The princess was almost kidnapped. Okay, in 1974, Princess Anne and her husband were on their way back to Buckingham Palace after attending a charity event. They stopped in their car, being chauffeured in their Rolls Royce because there was a car ahead of them that had them blocked. And according to People.com, when the driver, unemployed laborer Ian Bell, started firing shots that injured both her chauffeur, Alex Callender, and her private detective, James Beaton, he climbed into the front seat and ordered the 23-year-old royal to get out, to which she reportedly replied, "Not bloody likely. I love her bravery, and she got that from her mom and dad, no doubt." Princess Anne held her ground even though he grabbed her arm and tackled her to the floor of the car. The guy shot 5 times through the window, and Princess Anne's husband had shielded her before trying to get her out of the passenger door. According to the DailyMail.com, Anne's bodyguard, Detective Inspector Jim Beaton, tried to intervene to protect his charge, but his gun, a Walther PP, jammed, and he was shot 3 times in the chest and arms. In the ensuing melee to stop Ball, a further 3 people were shot, including Anne's chauffeur and another policeman. The guy was finally stopped when he was put to the ground by Officer Peter Edmonds after being punched in the head by passing boxer Ronnie Russell, who had led Anne to safety. The British Heritage said of the story, Ron Russell, a former boxer who happened to be walking by the scene, saw Ball attempting to kidnap Anne and swiftly came to the rescue, punching Ball and getting Anne to safety. Russell gained widespread adulation for his role in saving Anne and was even awarded the George Medal for bravery. Ron Russell spoke to the Daily Telegraph and detailed his experience. He said it was truly wonderful to receive a George Medal at the Buckingham Palace from the Queen, who told me, "This medal is from the Queen, but I want to thank you as Anne's mother." So Princess Anne took after Queen Elizabeth by being a hard-working royal. Between 2016 and 2019, she carried out a total of 1,945 engagements, with a packed schedule sometimes totaling 4 or 5 events a day. The princess is a patron of more than 300 charities and military organizations, including various equine charities. In 2021, she carried out more engagements than any other royal, and 2 more than her brother, King Charles III, according to RM.com. She has several honorary military titles. In 1993, the Royal Navy made her a Rear Admiral, and in 2009, she was promoted to Vice Admiral, a title her husband also holds. She now outranks him, though in 2012, she was promoted to Admiral. And the princess also holds the rank of General in the British Army and Air Chief Marshal in the Royal Air Force, among other titles among the British Commonwealth. But Princess Anne doesn't live in a palace. Princess Anne resides at Gatcombe Park, an 18th century manor house set on 730 acres of parkland in Gloucester in southwest of England. She can ride the roads in her Bentley, and Princess Anne repeatedly goes riding every day on her horses. And she's been teaching her 4 young granddaughters how to ride as well. And Gatcombe Park is part of Princess Anne's personal property. She loves rugby. Anne has been royal patron to the Scottish Rugby Union since 1986 and almost never misses a home game in Edinburgh's Murrayfield Stadium. According to ReadersDigest.com, rugby fandom might even run in the royal family. Queen Elizabeth was a patron of the Rugby Football Union for 64 years, while Prince William has been the Welsh Rugby Union patron since 2007. And Princess Anne's daughter Zara married former English rugby player Mike Tyndall, and her son Peter played internationally on the Scottish under-18 team in 1985. She loves deviled pheasants, so what is this recipe? Step 1, grab your pheasants. Step 2, poach. Step 3, shred the meat in the poaching juice. Step 4, cover the pheasant with whipped cream mixed with mango chutney and Worcestershire sauce and heat and eat. So it might be better than it sounds. The last thing to know is that she is a knight. In 1994, the Queen appointed Princess Anne to the Order of the Garter, and it's the oldest and most highly ranked order in Britain. It dates back to 700 years or so. Princess Anne requested to be installed as a royal knight in order to rank equally with her brothers. She became a knight twice over when the Queen knighted her to the Order of the Thistle, the highest order of chivalry in Scotland, in 2000. Thanks to Anne's trailblazing request and the Queen's approval, regular women can now be knights of the order, not just royals. So Princess Anne seems to be a mixture of both her father and mother. She has their humor, their bravery, their sense of duty, and sense of humor, and she's serious about her royal duties. Now she's glad to help out her brother, King Charles. Marlene Koenig, a royal historian, told Insider, Princess Anne is very loyal to her brother and very loyal to the monarchy, and to her, serving the crown is a duty and a responsibility, she said, and she does it without complaining. And that was quoted on May 3rd, 2023. So Princess Anne is the best of what the monarchy has to offer, and I know she's made her mother and father proud. Well, I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, if you could give it a thumbs up, that would be greatly appreciated. Also, as I've said before, be sure to click on the notification bell if you hadn't already, and you'll be notified whenever a new video appears. I hope everybody's been having a good day, and tune in again soon for another episode of Queen Elizabeth, A Day in Her Life. Thank you. Bye.